What's going on, guys? Multiverse Corrupt here with yet another action figure review video, and today we're having a look at McFarlane Toys' Flash from the movie The Flash. Starting off this video, guys, we are of course taking a look at the McFarlane packaging. And it is, of course, pretty straightforward. What we've seen time and time again, the black, white, and blue with the open face window, DC Multiverse, and the Flash movie logo down here at the bottom. Down here also being the Flash's name. Flipping over to this side, guys, we see the Flash from the movie The Flash. Over here on the back, guys, is a beautiful concept art of Ezra Miller's Flash. I'm really not a big fan of this suit, but just something about this concept art really does make it work. Maybe it's just more proportional to itself, but it does look amazing in this photo. Flipping over to this side, guys, we see DC Multiverse and the Flash once again. Down here at the bottom is the barcode, and then up here at the top, not really much going on other than the Flash logo. With all that said though, guys, let's go ahead and rip this bad boy out of the package and see how he looks. After an accident empowered Barry Allen with the gift of superhuman speed, the young scientist quickly became one of Earth's most heroic defenders, the Flash. As part of the Justice League, Barry has continued to explore the limits of his powers while trying to outrun the events of his childhood. When he discovers that he has the ability to manipulate time, the fastest man alive races to a pivotal moment in his past, only to change the future in a multiverse of ways that he could have never imagined. Now, before we push any farther in this review, guys, if you are enjoying what you're seeing, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. We try to do videos at least 2 times a week, unless I'm on vacation. Then we'll be able to push out videos for you guys to enjoy. Also, let me know what you guys thought of the Flash movie. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Me personally, I feel like it was a miss for me. The CGI was just god-awful. And if you haven't seen it, I would say it's worth a skip. So right here, guys, is the Flash front and center on the rotating turntable. And for my first-hand impressions on the figure, I feel like it is a pretty decent figure. I really do enjoy it in figure form. The suit, I'm still not too keen on, and I don't appreciate the scuff I have over here on his buttocks. You'll see it once he comes back around, but it is overall a Flash figure. I mean, how much more Flash could you get? It's the red suit with the gold accents and the lightning bolt emblem on the chest. I will, however, say, guys, it does have Ezra Miller's likeness on it, so it really is true to how he looks in the film. But just something about it being in figure form, the suit just looks 100 times better. I don't know what it was about the movie, but it did not look that great, or at least it didn't to me. With all that said though, guys, let's go ahead and get the Flash off of the rotating turntable and take a closer look at the accessories that he came with. When it comes to the accessories, guys, the Flash does, of course, come with a standard McFarlane base, just a black little circle with DC's logo stamped right there on the front. He does, of course, come with a trading card. We see the same comic image that we saw on the back of the box, which is still a damn good photo of this suit. I don't know what it is about this picture, but it makes the suit look so much better. Maybe it's just the comic accurate look to it, but I digress. Flipping over to the back, guys, is the read-up. You can go ahead and pause the screen and read it right now. Always give you guys that little bit of a second. And last but not least, guys, he does come with the Speed Force effects. Now, I will say, I know in my last Kid Flash video, he came with the red versions of the Speed Force effects, but I just feel like they were done a lot better when it came to that figure. These don't look too terrible. They do look like what you want them to look like, but they just don't stick on him as well as I want them to. One slight bump on anything, one slight gust of wind, they just fall right off, and it really is a bothersome issue for me. With all that said though, guys, let's go ahead and get these accessories out of the spotlight and zoom into the figure himself to take a closer look at the detail. When talking about the detail, guys, starting off with the head sculpt, like I said, it does have Ezra Miller's likeness in there. You can tell that that is supposed to be him under this mask, but I do love the detail that we got inside this mask, but I have a slight gripe. When it comes to how these look, I do not like how these look in the film, but it is still connected to his cowl here. I don't know why they didn't sever it. It is an easy fix on my part, but I just hate having to customize my own figures when it comes to fixing it for the better. Now I'm all about painting them to add a little bit of extra paint detail, but I'm not really fond on sculpting my own figures. Going down here to his chest now, guys, I feel like this is where most of the detail went. Looking at his chest emblem here, and then of course the yellow lines going all the way through it. I will, however, say I feel like it's just too red. I have always been a fan of the darker Flash suits, not like that burgundy maroon that we got kind of with the CW Flash over here, or like when it comes to the gold label that McFarlane released of this exact same figure. I feel like that color is 10 times better. Now, will I end up getting the gold label? Probably, just for the review factor alone, but is it something I'm itching to get? Not at all. Flipping over here to the back side now, guys, is where kind of the detail comes on his belt. I'm really not a fan of this belt look either, how it stops right here. We've known the Flash to come down here and actually have a center cod piece, almost a little connection of his belt, or even when it just veers off closer to the crotch region. Having it stop at his hips has always bothered me when it comes to this suit, so that is not by any means my favorite Flash suit. You may love it, but me, I just kind of almost can't stand it. Going down here now, guys, looking at his boots is another gripe from me. I am a sucker for the iconic gold boots, but just having gold accents go down his legs really takes it away from me on this figure. Now, don't get me wrong, it is a good looking figure. It's not too terrible. You can tell it's the Flash. It's just those slight minor details that is lacking for me. And even when it comes to the lines over here on his back, I don't know why they're so fat right here. So crisp, cut, and pristine everywhere else except right here. I don't recall seeing this at all in the movie. Granted, we didn't really see his back too much from what I remember, because it was mainly just showing his face when he ran or his feet when he ran. But right over here on the back, guys, I don't know if that's supposed to be like an emphasis on the glow his suit puts off, but I was not a fan of this right here. It just looked like they grabbed a fatter paintbrush and stroked it across the back. Really makes it stand out, and it just looks ugly to me. With all that said though, guys, let's go ahead and zoom away from the detail and take a closer look at the Flash's size, articulation, and the size comparison. Now, when it comes to how tall the Flash stands, guys, the Flash does stand at about, it looks like exactly 7 inches tall, kind of pushing 7 1/8, but we'll just call him the standard 7 inches McFarlane likes to do. Let's go ahead and take him off of his stand here and move him closer to the camera for some articulation. Starting off with the head articulation, guys, the Flash looks up about that far, looks down about that far, thanks to the ball joint, rotates all the way around, and he does, of course, get some beautiful head tilt in there. Arms go out about that far, they do rotate all the way around, does, of course, have an upper bicep swivel, double hinged elbows, and he also comes with the wrist swivel, and they do hinge up and down as well. Going over here to his ab crunch now, guys. His ab crunch forward is, of course, basically non-existent, but courtesy of McFarlane, he is the limbo master at parties. Looking at his waist now, guys. His waist does rotate all the way around. Legs kick forward about that far, kick backwards about that far. And I also wanted to point out his little butt scratch that I have right here. I forgot to point that out during the detail. I know I did at the beginning of the video, but that's just what it looks like there. He does, of course, come with double hinged knees, and his ankles go down about that far. They go up about that far. Beautiful toe articulation, and he does, of course, come with ankle pivot. Starting off this size comparison, guys, here we have Ezra Miller's Flash standing up next to McFarlane's CW Grant Gustin Flash, and I'm not going to spoil it for you if he is in the movie or not. You've probably already seen it and you know the answer for that, But with that said though, guys, these two do scale together quite nicely. I just feel like they should be more the exact same size instead of Grant almost towering over Ezra. Next up, guys, here we have Ezra Miller's Flash standing up next to McFarlane Toys' Impulse. And I do think these two scale together quite nicely, but just the proportions are a little off. He looks extremely scrawny compared to him. Sticking with the red and gold color scheme, guys, here we have the Flash standing next to the invincible Iron Man. And as always, Marvel Legends does not scale with McFarlane Toys. Alrighty, guys, and there you have it. Another action figure review video in the books on my channel for you guys to enjoy. When it comes to my review on this Flash figure, I'm going to have to give him a solid 4.5 out of 10. I really wanted to like this figure. I really wanted to like this movie, but maybe it's just the movie decision that I have being more biased towards this figure. He is a good looking Flash figure, don't get me wrong, but it's just where the different size stripes on his back, the scuffed up paint on his buttocks, and just how short the ears are as well on the top of his cowl. It just really rubs me the wrong way. When it comes to my review on the movie, I'm giving it a 3 out of 10 for me. It was one of, in my opinion, the worst DC films I have ever seen in my life. From the CG to the story to how they took care of the villain, it was just an overall lackluster of a time. Really felt like a waste of money, but don't let me persuade you guys. Go see the film if you want to go see it. Come up with your own opinions and let me know in the comments how I'm wrong. With all that said, guys, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new. Like I said, we try to do videos at least 2 times a week unless I'm gone on vacation. Other than that, guys, I'll be getting out of here and I will see you in the next video. Later.